Hi, everyone, and welcome back to A Good 10 Minutes. I'm your host, Alex. Today's March 20th, 2024. Let's jump right into financial news and headline news updates in under 10 minutes. First and foremost, markets were hot yesterday. S&P up 56 basis points, Nasdaq up 39 basis points, Dow up 83 basis points. Bitcoin taking a hit though, down 5.61%, now south of 64,000 per coin. It was a really exciting day yesterday in the market as investors await word from the Fed meeting today, which happens on March 20th, on any changes to interest rates. The bank is expected to keep rates the same for now, but could signal when or how often it will lower them later in the year. Meanwhile, Nordstrom surged following a report that the retailer's founding family wants to take it private. It went up 9.38% yesterday. Quick news updates for you. The long search for the next James Bond might be wrapping up. The Sun reported that Aaron Taylor Johnson, a British actor best known for his roles in Kick-Ass and Avengers Age of Ultron, has received an offer to play 007 following Daniel Craig's retirement from the role in 2021. If he accepts, Taylor Johnson would be the 8th actor to play James Bond. So be on the lookout for that. A quick update on Facebook. If you still use Facebook, as a lot of our parents and grandparents do, you will find that there are quite a few odd AI generated images that are spamming your feed. Researchers studied 120 Facebook spam and scam pages that posted at least 50 AI generated images each. Collectively, the posts they analyzed had hundreds of millions of interactions, mostly from real people who were earnestly responding to the art, unaware the images were actually made by AI. One of the most popular pieces was a Jesus Christ made of shrimp. So, crazy stuff. In Q3 2023, a post with an AI generated image was in the platform's top 20 most viewed pieces of content. 404 Media reported that some of these spam pages are even buying Facebook ads. Facebook's Suggested For You newsfeed, which the app started using in 2022 to compile posts from people and pages you don't follow, appears to be prioritizing these AI nightmare pics. If you interact with that AI image, you don't see more images based on the content of the image, you just get more AI generated images. So you need to make sure that you don't interact with those or they will plague your feed forever. All right, let's take a look at some headlines here. Unilever, which is an enormous ice cream conglomerate, is freezing out its ice cream business. The owner of Ben & Jerry's announced yesterday that it's spinning off its ice cream division, which also includes Breyers, Klondike, Popsicle, and more, slashing 7,500 jobs in an effort to cut costs and refocus the company around consumer products. The move will save Unilever about $870 million over the next 3 years. The company has been in the ice cream business for over a century and owns 5 of the 10 best-selling global brands. But in recent years, it has butted cones with Ben & Jerry's, which sued its parent company after Unilever sold its Israeli business. Japan is in the news for hiking interest rates for the first time in 17 years. The Bank of Japan raised short-term rates to 0% as the country's economy finally shows some signs of growth after years of low inflation and wage stagnation. The move means there are no longer any negative interest rates in the world after several European central banks ended their policies in 2022. Bank of Japan, Kazuo Ueda, said that the negative interest rates and other measures the country took to boost its economy have, quote, fulfilled their roles. There was another Supreme Court, being in the news yet again. Texas's controversial immigration law is on hold after briefly taking effect. Hours after SCOTUS ruled that a Texas immigration law widely considered one of the nation's harshest can proceed, an appeals court panel temporarily blocked it from taking effect. The law, signed by Republican Governor Greg Abbott last year, makes it a state crime to cross the border illegally, allowing Texas officials to arrest and deport individuals, which has historically been the sole authority of the federal government. In her dissent, liberal Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote that the decision upends the federal state balance of power and invites further chaos and crisis in immigration enforcement. It's not clear when next court decision on the law will come, but the border is definitely a hot topic. Um, Hong Kong is in the news as well. Foreign companies in Hong Kong fear it won't be business as usual after the city's legislature passed a controversial security law yesterday, March 19th. Hong Kong has historically been the world's financial getaway into China thanks to its common law court system, transparent regulations, and relative political autonomy from Beijing. Uh, because Hong Kong was a former British colony and it was then later handed over to China in 1997. But now Hong Kong's global finance mojo is threatened by this law that was passed yesterday, known as Article 23, which builds on an earlier national security law imposed by China that critics say has been weaponized against dissidents. Executives are particularly uneasy about how Article 23 lays out prosecuting espionage and the mishandling of state secrets. Hong Kong officials insist that the law targets only bad actors who threaten national security, not normal business operators. But firms worry that it could cover activities like collecting due diligence, intelligence, and data about the Chinese economy. The big picture is that the new law could make the business climate in Hong Kong similar to the rest of China. Not good. And comes as foreign corporations have already slowed their hiring in the city, possibly due to China's mainland authorities establishing tighter regulatory controls in recent years. Many businesses have started moving parts of their staffs to what they see as safer harbors such as Singapore, while others have closed shop in Hong Kong altogether. So very, very interesting there. We have Disney in the news as well. In a statement released yesterday, Star Wars creator George Lucas said he unequivocally backs Disney CEO Bob Iger in the company's increasingly contentious proxy fight with corporate raider Nelson Peltz. Lucas, who sold Lucasfilm along with Star Wars IP back in 2012 to Disney and is now believed to be its biggest individual shareholders. Remember, he sold it for multiple billion. Lucas added that no one knows Disney better than Iger. As a longtime executive, dukes it out with hedge fund-backed malcontents over the direction of the company. You know, Disney has been in the news for being excessively woke. One could say Lucas finds Peltz's lack of faith in Iger disturbing. So, very interesting. For all of you intermittent fasting dieters out there, it's become a very, very popular and commonly used diet to lose weight. It could be bad for your heart, believe it or not. The dieting technique, which entails restricting food intake to a short window each day and is favored by many celebrities and tech execs, puts practitioners at higher risk of dying from heart disease per surprising new research. Based on the eating habits of 20,000 US adults, the study found that those who followed an 8-hour eating plan had hold your breath, a 91% higher chance of cardiovascular death than people who ate across a more traditional 12 to 16 hour per day. Still, previous research has shown that intermittent fasting can help with obesity, hypertension, and other conditions. So, more on the lookout. Beware. Some quick hitter updates as well. Mackenzie Scott is donating $640 million to hundreds of small nonprofits, more than double what she originally pledged. Coca-Cola said that all 20-ounce Coke bottles will be made from 100% recycled plastic starting this week. India accounts for 83 of the 100 most polluted cities in the world, according to a new report. The UN issued a red alert on climate change after logging record-breaking increases in global temperatures last year. And last but certainly not least, Selena Gomez is reportedly considering selling her cosmetics brand at a $2 billion valuation. Wow. That's all I have for the day. Some quick 10-minute pertinent news and market updates for you as always. Hit the like button, shoot me a comment, let me know what you would like to see. I really appreciate the support, and I'll see you tomorrow morning with some more news. Thanks so much. Have a great Wednesday, everyone. Bye-bye.